Okay, question C. Again, a lot of people struggle with this one. So let me ask Kevin, how did you approach this question, part C?
So I first worked out what 3 to the power of 4 was.
Okay, well,
And
3 to the power 4 is 81, right? We just found out.
then 81, and then you do 19 minus 81.
So 3 to the p is 90 minus 3 to the 4. So it's 90 minus 81, which is 9.
So 3p had to be 2.
Yeah, p is 2 because 3 squared is 9. Okay, yeah.
I'm not really sure how to get r, but I got s instead.
Okay. Let me think. Okay, yeah, what'd you get for S?
For s, I got 4.
Okay, so using the same idea, so what's 5 to the 5?
Plus 5 to the 5.
Oh, sorry, 5 cubed, sorry.
125.
So you subtract that, this becomes 100 and what is it? 100 and no, sorry, 1296. No, it's 1. Is it? Yeah, it's 1296, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and so this is S is equal to 5. You said
4.
4. Okay, right. So what was the problem with working out R then? Isn't it the same method?
It's just that 4 to the power of 4 is already bigger than 76.
4 squared. Yeah, okay, you're right. Maybe actually that was a typo then. I think maybe I did it. Maybe it should have been 4 squared or 4 cubed. Okay, so then it makes sense why people struggle with this because I wrote the question wrong. So if you were okay, let's 4 to the power of 4 is how much?
256.
Okay, so if you subtract that, does that give you a power of 2? No, it can't because the number is negative. Okay, so it doesn't work. Yeah, so that's my bad. Let's say it's cubed. See if that works. So what is 4 cubed?
64.
Right, so it's 2 to the r is 76 minus 64, which is 12. That doesn't work either. Yeah, sorry, I think, yeah, that's my bad. Then I messed up there somehow. Okay, so yeah, question C, ignore, I did that wrong. And it turns out r should have been 5. So in that case, 2 to the r is 32, and 76 minus 32 is equal to 34. No, 44. Okay, yeah, something went wrong there. Apologize for that. Okay, so we can ignore C. Part D then. Jing, yeah, what did you say for part D?
I realized that instead of working it out, you can factorize it into a plus b squared.
Right, so this is a squared. This is of the form a squared 2ab plus b squared, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, this is exactly this is what I was intending. Of course, you know, if you had the patience to go through this, square all these big numbers, then yeah, you could have done that. But it's easier to realize that this is the case. And what is a plus b equal to?
A plus b equals 1.
Right. Okay, and then 1 squared is just 1. So the answer is simply 1. Okay, so I'm glad a lot of people got that, but some people they actually did the calculation. So which is fine, you know, it's always good to be able to do the calculation because a lot of the times math is messy and you have to get through it. But yeah, try to be a bit lazy, but I don't mean, I shouldn't say that really, but sometimes in math being lazy helps because you can be creatively lazy. Okay, so yeah, here it's just 1 squared and that is equal to 1. Right, so yeah, the hint here, I mean, I place it very, you know, obviously in an obvious way, but a lot of people didn't see it. But hopefully now you can. A squared plus 2ab plus b squared. You're going to be seeing that a lot, so it's good to kind of register that anytime you see it. Okay, this one a bit longer and just more kind of algebra practice. So the difference of two squares formula, we've seen this in class. Hopefully you understand why it's called the difference of two squares, right? It's x squared minus y squared. So it's difference of two squares, two square numbers. Okay, so the first thing was just to multiply it out, the right-hand side. Sichi, can you explain how you multiply out the brackets?
Yeah, it would just be x squared plus yx, take away yx, take away y squared.
Okay, so you're saying it's like x times x, y times x, x times y, and wait, no, okay, I did that wrong. It's minus y times x and minus y times y. Okay, yeah, so basically the idea is you multiply each term with every other term in the other bracket. Okay, something like that. Okay, so x squared minus xy plus yx minus y squared, and yep, the order of multiplication does not matter here, so the minus cancels out with the plus. So it's x squared minus y squared. Okay, so that was meant to be straightforward. Part 2, a lot of people calculated it straightforwardly. Again, the point was to use the difference of two squares formula. So Livia, how did you do part 2?
I just times them out.
Okay, right. So, okay, that's fine. And if you had to do it using the difference of two squares formula, can you see how to do it maybe? How does the difference of two squares formula apply in this case?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so let me kind of help you out. I'm going to put brackets like this: a plus b plus c and a minus b plus c. Do you agree with that this is the exact same as before?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the minus sign, you have to be careful. Because I put a brackets, the minus sign applies to both b and c. So don't be confused by this plus sign. Okay, now I've rewritten it this way. Can you see what I'm trying to get at?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the kind of way to do it using the difference of two squares formula? So again, how does this relate to this, basically? That's what I'm asking.
It's the same as a plus b.
So
and
what
then
is
a
x and what is y?
X is a,
Yeah.
and y is b plus c.
Okay, right, exactly. Yeah. Okay, and then if you had to use the difference of two squares formula, what would you do? So how would you expand this out using the difference of two squares formula? What does it become?
It is
So using this, so you understand that this is the same as this, right?
Yeah, a squared
Yes.
plus, oh no, minus.
Minus. So it's y squared, and you said y is?
B plus c.
Yeah, so a squared minus?
B plus c.
B plus c.
Squared?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not trying to trick you or anything, right? It's literally what it says. Okay, right. So, I mean, we're nearly done. We've saved a bit of work, right? Because we're not expanding all the terms out, so there's less room for error. Okay, and then, so, Livia, now you need to expand out the second part, right? So a squared minus, what's it going to be? Yeah, so can you expand the b plus c squared?
B squared.
Yep.
Plus
Okay, so let me write it out if it's easier for you. So b squared plus
2bc
2bc.
plus c squared.
Yeah, okay, it's always the same form, right? It's b squared plus 2 of something and plus c squared. Okay, so I put that in, plus 2bc plus c squared. And what do I do with the minus sign in front of the brackets?
It turns into minus
Yeah, so what's my final answer?
a squared minus b squared minus 2bc minus c squared.
Yeah, okay, exactly, right. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so the main point here was to recognize the difference of two squares form. Okay, that was the main thing. The rest is just multiplying out. I know you guys can multiply it out, but the point is to use the newfound knowledge you have to make things easier for yourself. So a plus b plus c, that's this bracket, and the other bracket is a minus b plus c. Okay, and you can rearrange this as x plus y and times x minus y. Y is b plus c. Now, lo and behold, this is the same as before. Okay, right. Next part. Norman, can you explain how to do part 3?
Well, you have to kind of like multiply everything one by one.
Okay, so far the theme has been that you want to avoid that.
Right.
Okay, so look at these two brackets. Can you see any kind of special things? Are these things you recognize that you've seen before?
Kind of, not sure.
Okay, let's expand x plus y squared. Okay, what happens if I expand x plus y squared? What do I get?
X squared plus xy plus plus y squared.
So xy plus y squared. Simplify for me.
Equals 2x.
Yeah, so the only thing you can simplify is these two, right?
Yeah.
So what's your final answer?
So x squared plus 2xy plus y squared.
Yeah, okay, now look at this and compare with this. Can you see the similarity?
Yes. Isn't
Okay.
it just like that expanded?
Yeah, so if you had to rewrite the second bracket, a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, how would you rewrite it?
It would be a squared plus b squared, close in brackets and squared.
No, there's no square, it's just a plus b.
A plus b squared.
Okay, now that you've done that, can you guess what this one would be, the first bracket?
Minus
Mhm.
a minus a plus b squared.
All right, let's try your idea out. And actually, because it's a square number, the minus sign doesn't matter as long as one of them have it. So I'm going to say a minus b squared. Let's check that this gives us that. Okay. All right. So can you expand this again?
A minus a squared minus 2ab.
Well, so you do a squared times ab.
ab.
Mm-hmm.
Minus ab again.
Yeah.
Then it's plus b minus b.
So it's a minus b times a minus b. What is that?
Plus b.
Plus b or plus b something else?
Plus b squared. I mean.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And so you're exactly right. This is the same as what's down below. Okay. So we're going to use that. So remember, I can rewrite this as what? Norman, I'm still asking you, what can I rewrite that as? The first bracket.
You could rewrite that as a minus a minus b squared.
Yeah. Okay. Right. And remember, they're being multiplied. Okay. Thank you, Norman. Satya, can you see where I'm about to head from here? What am I going to do next?
So would you just times the a? It would be a squared.
You mean like multiply this or what? So I went from the top to the bottom here. Where do I go next?
Was this for E3?
Sorry?
Is this for question EII?
Yeah, E part 3, yeah.
A squared minus b to the power of 4, and then plus ab squared minus ab squared. So it's just
Yeah, okay, no, I mean that's right, but I mean, can you see what I'm gonna do next from here? So I've rewritten these brackets as this. Like, what would you do next from here?
oh, you just do it again.
How do you mean do it again?
But instead it's got a plus sign.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I have a plus sign, I have a minus sign here. What do I do with these two things?
Times them together.
Yeah, so I want you to tell me how to times them together.
Oh, a times a squared, a times b squared, ab squared, minus b.
Oh, okay, so
Well,
what you're doing is you're doing like this one, but I'm actually talking about the bottom part here. So pretend you don't know this. How would you multiply these two out?
So for the first bit, it would be a squared minus b squared.
Okay. What do you mean? How's it a squared minus b squared? Because a minus b is a minus b times a minus b.
I'm not for sure.
It's not a squared minus b squared, right? It's a minus 2ab plus b squared. Right, so that's not the same. Okay, Suchi, can you see what I'm going to do next?
No.
Okay, what about xy to the power of m? What is this equal to? Right, so x, y, something and something, right? Suchi, I'm still asking you.
Oh, sorry. X to the power of m times y to the power of m.
Okay, do you see how this is related to here?
So a to the power of 2 take away b to the power of 2.
No. No, it's like, so you see this is x and this is y. Right, so this is x, this is y, so it's x squared times y squared. This is the same as xy squared, right? Okay, so yeah, maybe that's a bit too much. Okay, so we're gonna skip that for now. We might come back to it later. Okay, but as long as you can multiply it out the normal way, that's fine also. I just wanted to kind of give you some an alternative way of thinking about it. But okay, so maybe that's a bit too much for now.